Hello there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. There are wonderful things to see. On my left is nothing, and on my right is nothing. Technically, this is my left and this is my right, but that does not matter. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about green screens and alpha mats, that kind of stuff. Basically, a green screen or an alpha mat is what visual effects artists use to separate the background from an object of interest or something. They're not always green. I don't know. Maybe they've got another name. I forgot what the other name is. But you can use anything of any color as long as that color is not close to the color of the subject that you're trying to film. For instance, if I've got this bottle and it was green, it wouldn't make any sense. Okay, let me make it green. If it was green and I put a green screen behind it that's actually green, it would become very difficult for the computer to separate the two. For the green bottle, I could use a red screen, and that would help me separate the foreground from the background. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, it's color keying basically. So before I wander further away, that was a little bit of education. I'm gonna talk about the future of green screens. I was watching Avengers Infinity War with my wife a couple of days ago, and we were waiting for the post-credit scene, so we had to go through all the credits. We enjoy going through the credits. She always says, one day I'm gonna see your name up there. And I'm like, yes, you will, girl, you will see my name up there. Okay, so my wife and I a couple of days ago were watching Infinity War, which everyone seems to be calling Infinity Wars, by the way, including the actors. And I don't know why. I don't know what's so hard about it. It's actually shorter to say war than wars. But
Infinity Wars is out.
We were waiting for the post-credit scenes. So there's this post that came up that said rotoscoping, and basically I tried to explain to her what rotoscoping was. So say you want to separate Groot from the background and you don't have a green screen. There's a lot of stuff going on at the back there, or the color is too similar. Like the background is yellow right now and this has a bit of yellow in it, so it might be a little bit harder to key that out. So when you rotoscope, you basically trying to manually cut out Groot from the picture. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sure I'll make an example of that. Alright, so after I explained this to my wife, she kind of says, wow, that must be a lot of work, but I'm sure with the technology that's there right now, there should be a way to somehow detect that, this is the focal object and this is the background object, with the tech that's there right now. I mean, there should certainly be something, and I was adamant saying, nah, there's definitely nothing like that. Avengers, you can see behind the scenes shots, they're still using green screens, and those guys are rich as hell, so the technology just doesn't exist, or it's not good enough. So I was adamant in telling her that technology doesn't exist. Of course, there's people looking into that technology right now, like Litro, I think, and they use hardware that does like is it light field, something like that, light field camera. You can actually adjust the depth of field and stuff. It's crazy stuff. But if you look at the hardware for that stuff, it's chunky, and I mean that automatically comes with price. That means that thing will cost you an arm and a leg or a liver if you're willing to sell one to get it. And you can't really, most of that technology is not affordable at this time and not really practical, because obviously it requires a lot of hardware and computational power, so it makes it quite difficult to bring. But we're slowly creeping closer and closer towards that kind of technology, and companies like Infineon are creating processors that can fit in your phone, that can capture depth. And I mean, it's getting closer and closer to that point in time where it becomes affordable and practical. But most of the examples that I've given so far seem to use this hardware and brute force approach, where they're using these depth sensors and stuff like that. And I think all that all that hardware might require a lot of computational power in order to, you know, get crisp 4K images with depth and stuff. I don't know. I don't make these things, but from my observation, they're not really. It seems clunky, it seems heavy at the moment. So I thought this stuff was impossible, to be honest. I thought we were quite leaps and bounds far away from, you know, achieving that kind of technology, seeing as these multi-million-dollar companies can't use that technology themselves. They're still using the good old green screens. But then I saw the Google keynote. Those guys are insane, you know. The potential uses of the AI that Google is working on right now is bounds. It's almost limitless. Because if you can separate the background from the foreground without using hardware, but just using straight up technology, straight up AI, to just say, nah, this is a person, and that's a tree, and that's a wall. That means AI can just cut it out for you. You know, you don't even need to you know, put a green screen and whatnot. The potential of that just made me sit there and say, wow. So I was sitting there with my wife, and I remind her, and I'm like, you know what, do you remember when you asked me about the rotoscoping thing after watching Infinity War? And this is the type of technology that filmmakers or VFX artists need, not hardware, expensive hardware to try and brute force, you know, detect depth and whatnot. You just need an AI that can understand an image just like a human being does, and that means that the AI will do the separations for you, you know, and much faster than you could when you're rotoscoping manually. You know, we've got the magic wands and stuff. The technology is kind of close to that, you know, but I don't think magic wands act the same way as effectively as this AI does. Because, man, I don't even know how to explain this, because I was excited when I saw that. The way was it Sander, the CEO of Google, the way he separated the image from the image of the kid from the background was just amazing, because it was just instantaneous like that. And if you could apply that type of technology to a video, you know, if you're shooting in a crowded place, you should be able to just leave one subject there, and Google will tell you, and the AI will tell you, okay, this is the subject that you want to keep in focus, or you can, you know, adjust depth in that way as well. I just don't know how to say this, but I'm very excited about what Google has to offer in the coming years. And yeah, that technology is intertwined with a lot of other technologies that they've been working on throughout the years, and that's very respectable, man. That's very, very respectable. You know what I like about Google stuff is that it's gonna, when it comes, it's definitely gonna be affordable, or it's just gonna come default in my Android phone, and somewhat they're gonna adapt that into I know there's Android operated cameras already, so that AI is going to be there in cameras, it's going to be there in desktops or whatever, you know. And I mean, that's just man, that's just mad. That's just crazy. Anyway, that's what this video is about. I'm trying to keep it very short. I didn't want to talk too much, but I was really excited when I saw that AI demonstration at Google I/O. It was something else. The potential of that is ridiculous, and I hope soon we're going to be able to just apply that to our videos, you know, and the AI will detect, okay, this is the person, and that's the background, that is a pen, that is a cup, and you can just separate it just like that, like Thanos. Anyway, guys, have a good day. I'll keep trying to post more and more videos, and I'll just keep working on my presentation skills, because I'm just starting this whole thing. I hope I'll get better as time goes on. I'm sure there's some things that you didn't understand, but I'll just keep trying my best to make it very understandable. And yeah, any other observations that I have, I'll definitely let you guys know, and I'll post more tutorials as time comes. I've actually got something planned for you guys that I'm going to be showing you. It's a full series that I think you're going to enjoy. It might involve my wife, but she's busy with work and stuff. But, you know, because I kind of wanted someone that doesn't really have the design background to walk with them. So I'm definitely confident that, you know, someone that doesn't necessarily have the experience can get to a certain level. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that very soon, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. So yep, that's it. Whew. See you on the next one.